Almost everyone is afraid of creepy crawlies like spiders and millipedes. But although centipedes and millipedes give us the creeps, they're relatively harmless other than being scary to look at. The extinct giant 2.6 meter long Arthropleura millipede was probably a really scary sight. However, it was a vegetarian, was mostly blind, and probably would only bother you if you poked it with a stick. Or how about the eagle-sized dragonfly, the extinct Meganeura? It might be scary to some because of its huge size, but it would have been harmless, unless you were a prehistoric mosquito. But that doesn't mean there weren't terrifying and dangerous creatures from Earth's past, and some that we should be truly glad that are extinct. Today's alligators can be a problem for humans, but only if you get in their way when they're hungry. But had the alligatoroid crocodilian Deinosuchus not gone extinct, we'd probably have something far scarier to deal with today. Known also as the king of crocodilians, the Deinosuchus is more closely related to modern alligators and was roaming the planet around 82 to 73 million years ago. The monster alligator could grow from 12 to 15 meters long and weigh up to a whopping 4,300 kilograms. It had a large, uniquely shaped skull with between 40 and 44 teeth in its mouth. All of the teeth in the mouth of the Deinosuchus were very strong, with short, rounded, blunt teeth in the rear for crushing bone and sharp 8-inch long teeth in the front to slice through flesh. For the most part, its teeth were built to hold on to its prey. Modern saltwater crocodiles are recorded to have the strongest bite of any living animal. Compare the size of the terrible crocodile Deinosuchus to modern alligators, and this beast might have had a bite force as high as 23,000 psi. That bite force is even greater than that of the mighty Tyrannosaurus rex, which a new estimate puts at around 12,814 psi. Anything caught in the jaws of the Deinosuchus would have a tough time getting away. But also, modern alligators have a special move they likely inherited from Deinosuchus called the death roll, where after having clamped its jaws down on its prey, it would then use a full-body twisting motion to disable or dismember its prey. Alligators can't chew, after all. But there were a lot of other scary things in the water during prehistoric times. For those who like to swim or scuba dive, you'll be glad that Dunkleosteus is now extinct. The sheer size of this huge carnivore would be enough to scare you alone. It grew almost 9 meters long and weighed close to 4,000 kilograms full grown. Dunkleosteus was an armored fish, an apex predator that was capable of taking down just about anything it could get in its jaws. The interesting thing about the heavily armored, tank-like Dunkleosteus is that it was toothless. Instead of teeth, its armored head and jaw plates formed massive self-sharpening blades that could rip and tear through anything. And with a bite force of 21,000 pounds per square inch, that's on par with giant crocodiles, this scary creature of the depths could chomp straight through bone. Furthermore, the jaws of the Dunkleosteus could rapidly open and close very fast, creating a suction action that would suck prey right into their jaws. And this fish didn't care what got in its way, because everything was lunch. There's even fossil evidence showing they tried to eat each other. It would be no problem for a fish this size to quickly make a meal of a human. Lucky for us, the Dunkleosteus went extinct along with 75% of the planet's species from a combination of 8 to 10 extinction events over 20 million years called the Late Devonian Extinction. We all know about the velociraptors, ferocious dinosaur hunters that used their sickle-shaped claws to attack and rip prey to shreds. The thing is that most species of velociraptor were puny compared to the ones you see in the movie, about the same size as a small chicken. The Utahraptor, on the other hand, is one of the biggest megaraptor found to date, with adults growing up to 6.1 meters long and 1.5 meters tall. They lived around 75 to 71 million years ago. Velociraptors were quick and swift, and estimates show they could run up to 40 kilometers per hour, meaning had humans been around at the time, it would have been nearly impossible to outrun one, unless you were Usain Bolt. Not only were they fast, but their curved claws, which they held off the ground like folded switchblades, were 24 centimeters long. It's thought that the Utahraptor could deliver a death sentence to another dinosaur with just one kick of its powerful leg and those vicious-looking claws. The next extinct animal was probably a real terror. In fact, there was a group of animals called terror birds that are thankfully now extinct. The biggest of the 25 species of terror birds is called Forus racos. This big carnivorous flightless bird inhabited North America during the Pliocene to early Pleistocene. Forus racos stood around 3 meters tall and weighed in at 150 kilograms. It had long, agile legs and 3-toed feet with long, sharp talons. It had a large beak that was hooked at the tip, much like a present-day eagle, and it was a formidable lethal weapon that it could use to puncture the head of its prey. 1 or 2 strikes is all it would take for this bird to bring down its prey. It was once thought that this bird and early humans might have had a scuffle or two, but the Forus racos went extinct more than 2 million years ago. But despite this, it's now a fact that early humans have been prey for other big prehistoric birds. The giant extinct Haast's eagle was an apex predator from New Zealand. Fully grown, this true raptor could weigh up to 15 kilograms and had a wingspan of up to 3 meters. It had talons 5 to 6 meters long and a vulture-like bill measuring 130 millimeters in length. It was one of nature's perfect killing machines. The Haast's eagle hunted another much heavier flightless bird called the moa until human settlers arrived and hunted the moa to extinction. With competition for food, it's believed that some Haast's eagles preyed upon smaller human adults and children. There's proof of early humans being prey to giant birds. A 2-million-year-old hominid skull belonging to the famous town child was carefully studied and was found to have puncture marks at the bottom of the 3-year-old's eye sockets. This ancient pre-human was probably attacked and scooped up by a large bird of prey, perhaps something like an African crowned eagle, and taken to its nest where it was eaten. Huge birds of prey attacking humans isn't something new. In fact, about 10 years ago, a big eagle tried to snatch a baby in a park. Had it been the size of a Haast's eagle, the bird might have gotten away with its prey. Most people don't like snakes, but the majority of snakes are harmless unless they're poisonous or it's a constrictor big enough to eat you. Unfortunately, the occasional eating of a human by a giant snake still happens. Pythons and anacondas in remote jungles and rainforests can get huge, but none of these pythons or anacondas could get as large as the Titanoboa, a huge plus-sized snake that lived some 58 to 60 million years ago. And we should be thankful that Titanoboa is extinct because everything was on their menu. It hunted things like fish, turtles, and huge crocodiles. Fossil measurements show that this massive snake could grow up to 13 meters long, and using length-weight ratios of modern pythons as a guide, estimated that Titanoboa weighed around 1.3 tons. Some scientists don't know why this snake was so huge, but some think it's because the temperature was 10 degrees higher than it is today, and it was likely climate change that brought on its demise. Let's be honest, we should all be glad that Tyrannosaurus rex is now extinct. It was the Jurassic Park movies that gave us the best idea of what it would be like to come face to face with one of these monsters. Fully grown, T-Rex could measure up to 40 feet long and 12 feet high. Fully grown, it could weigh up to 5,000 to 7,000 kilograms, and its powerful hind legs could propel the meat-eating monster to 32 kilometers per hour at short distances. T-Rex had about 60 teeth, and one T-Rex tooth measured 30.48 centimeters long, and his bite force is one of the strongest of all known animals. But there's something new that was discovered about T-Rex. We've always known that this dinosaur had a big brain, but no one was really sure how smart the tyrant lizard really was, until now. Estimates now put T-Rex in line with the brain capacity of baboons. Now just imagine that, a meat-eating terror that might outthink your escape plans. Good thing this and other dinosaurs went extinct, because humans and dinosaurs don't mix. Lions and tigers are scary enough to deal with for some, but if Smilodon was still around, there'd be another big cat for humans to contend with. Smilodon is perhaps one of the most famous of prehistoric animals, and best known for its 11-inch long front teeth. Fully grown, they weighed about 160 to 280 kilograms and measured 1.8 meters long and about 1 meter tall at the shoulder. The thing is that no one is sure how this big cat used those ridiculously long fangs, because Smilodon has a wimpy bite compared to modern-day lions. However, one idea is that they likely had incredibly strong neck muscles and could sink their long saber teeth into the flesh of their prey. And for the record, Smilodon and early humans probably ran into each other often, since the big cat went extinct about 10,000 years ago. We'd like to know what you think. How did Smilodon use his saber teeth? Did we miss an extinct animal here? Sound off in the comments and let us know. Give us a like if you enjoyed the video, and make sure to stay tuned here by subscribing so you won't miss a video. Thanks for watching.